Okay, are we ready to go?
Yeah.
Stream's back up, right?
I believe so. Here,
Yeah.
we can switch to the IRC or the chat. Yeah, we're up.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
cool.
Maddie.
Yeah,
We're ready. So yeah, we're here live at AGDQ 2014 bonus stream and top 3 for Melee singles, which we had the bracket for in the middle of the week. I'm here with
Mofet.
And Jolteon.
and I'm Irregular Ginny. So in winners finals right now we have Kirk Q playing the Falco and Fuzziness from the UK playing Fox. So this matchup is what we see pretty often in this game, right?
Yeah, we see this quite a bit.
These two characters are very, very well played, and a lot of people play them.
They're very, very popular characters
Yeah.
to play. Mostly, I think, just because they're very free characters, and you can do whatever kind of a style you want with them. Like they have a specific, shoe they fit into, but you can have a pretty unique style of playing these. So I think that's why a lot of people choose these two characters. That they're really good.
Great edge shot right there. The Kirk Q. And doesn't look like he's going to keep that set. It looks pretty close so far. The first tug was pretty even.
Don't look real bad if you lose with that tag puzzle.
Okay, so in this matchup, Falco aims to control a lot of space with his lasers. You do use a technique called a short hop laser, which is when you lightly jump into the air, and then you shoot a laser, and then you press down on the control stick. What this does is it allows you to fire Falco's laser really quickly. So you can see him using it to control a lot of space, make Fox go into his shield. So Fox will try and aim to use his speed to get around that. You'll notice Fuzzy will jump into him when he tries to shoot the laser. He'll use his shield to get around the lasers. Basically, he just wants to get in and start a combo without getting locked down by Falco's lasers.
So in this matchup, in Fox's case, you wanna go hard, go deep. You wanna rush down Falco as much as you can because you need to stop him from throwing those lasers. The lasers are one of Falco's best options to get in versus any character because they have like enough stun frames and you can shoot so many lasers at a time because you can keep moving due to the lasers are auto cancel. Like there's no lag when you land when shooting a laser, so it's very easy to approach that way.
Yeah, I mean, you ask any good Fox main how you beat Falco, they'll say just get in on him and just keep up the pressure and don't let him move. Basically, Falco is amazing at zoning you out when he's under pressure or when he wants to get out from under pressure. So it's basically just the goal to get on him and not get off.
That's a very fortunate angle from Kirkyu, but let's see, he can still bring it back. Like these characters are like, as we said, they're really strong characters, but also they are cannon fodder. They are so easy to combo. They combo each other very, very easily.
Yeah, these matchups will probably be quite quick, just because both characters are pretty much glass cannons. They combo each other hard, they get comboed hard.
And they can gimp each other hard. Gimp meaning that you can get an easy kill off the other character, just at low percent, or like, yeah, I poked you and I just took the ledge and you're dead. And that's a very unfortunate
That is an unfortunate kill.
Yeah, you never like to see it end that way.
Alright, so Fuzziness is 1-0 up, which means Kirkyu now has to counterpick. The counterpick process in Super Smash Bros. Melee goes that the person who wins the match gets to choose one stage to ban, and then
out of the
5
6
neutral
stages.
stages and Pokemon Stadium.
Yeah.
So after that ban, the loser will choose a stage to go to, and if the winner wants to, he can change his character, and then the loser changes their character.
But it seems like they're gonna stick to their guns.
Yeah.
Dreamland, I agree with. I'm not sure if I agree with this choice. It leaves Falco a lot of room to run around with. I mean, to zone, but Fox is just so quick and so strong. So Fox can easily get in. And if you're really good at power shielding, which is you time your shield just as you get hit, you actually you gain frames besides when you usually get hit by shield, you have a lot of shield hit lag, which prevents you from moving around. But if you power shield, you actually go plus on that, so you can move way earlier than you would if you wouldn't gotten hit without power shielding. And this also works as a reflector towards lasers.
And going back to the big stage thing, like it's actually kind of two ways. Like for Falco, he's gonna say, okay, Fox is really, really fast, so I want some room to get away from him and to space him out, and maybe predict his approaches and punish him that way. And on the flip side, if he's gonna take him to a small stage, he's saying, I don't want Fox to have a lot of room to run around. I want to get him before he can get away from me. So it really just depends on the player's play styles. And I think this is the right choice because Fuzzy is a very aggressive player. And he can be in your face 100% of the time if he chooses to. So I think it's a good choice for him to be on this stage so he can maybe read his approaches a little bit and react to them a little bit better. Classic Falco right there.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, this stage is like, I would say it's slightly better for Fox, but if Falco knows his stuff, can keep Fox out, he can win this stage as well, or on this stage as well.
Yeah, I mean, he can work those platforms with his lasers as well. That's another advantage to being Falco on this stage.
All the pressure.
Pressure going.
That was kind of decent pressure because he wanted to pressure him while being so far away from the shield as possible. Because if you're just spacing so you hit with like the smallest, like the edge of your hitboxes when you do your aerials and whatnot, it's very
double shine.
Nice. Alright, that is definitely a fuzziness classic. Whenever he gets near the edge, he'll always do a double shine, so both hits will hit you, sends you at a really, really strong angle for him to follow up on.
Like the first shine will tumble you. If you're on the edge, you're going to be off the stage, and then the second shine will spike you. So it's a really nasty hit for Falco, or really nasty to get hit by. Oh man.
And speaking of smaller stages,
Yeah.
I agree with this stage a lot more than Dreamland.
Yeah. So it looks like Kirk Q is sort of trying out which stage worked best for him. Probably didn't like the big stage, so he decided to go to Yoshi's instead, which is a lot smaller.
Yeah, I mean this is winners finals. This isn't grand finals yet, so he's going to go to losers after this. So he might be using this just to try and figure out fuzziness and get his footing.
Yeah, it's very possible.
It looks pretty alright so far. Fuzziness, whoa, that pressure. It's hard to do anything as Falco at that point. Fox, under pressure, can punish Falco a lot easier. Due to Falco's jump frames, like he has a lot more jump frames, so it's easier for Fox to, wow. I'm just astounded by Fuzzy's tech skill a bit. But it's easier for Falco to, or Fox to like shine out a shield. And once you get a shine out of shield, like Falco is gone. That's your panic button, and that works every time.
Shine out of shield is sort of like a reversal in this game. If you ever see there's a hole in the pressure game, what you can do is you can jump and you can cancel the jump squat frames and use a shine. So you hit them with the move that's their best move to start a combo with, and it's the quickest out of shield option. So you pretty much use it to gain footing and to start a combo of your own. It's a really effective technique.
Oh no!
Wow.
Oh man.
Yeah, Kirky did really strong there. That's also like an unfortunate happening. The salty
Right,
run back, guys.
This is
You got
a salty run back.
Yeah, this is what is known as a salty run back. Same stage, same characters, right back into it.
Yeah, some players usually want to, take a few moments to think before starting the next match, but Fuzzy just want to dig right back in.
Fuzzy seems to be that type of player. Just get right back in there.
That's
all right, very nice. Very good choice there. I thought he might go for the shine out of up B, but he opted to go with the safer strats. I'm saying strats because I've been speedrunning all week.
Well, this matchup is all about, have good spacing. Just to deal, like, you want to do as much zero to death as you can. That's really...
That was a nice recovery by Kirk Q. He angled his up B just so that he would grab the edge at the exact point the move stops. And what this does is it allows you to grab the edge and gain invincibility before someone can hit you with a move.
Basically, you need to have a very acute angle just to get that if it's a straight wall.
Yeah, and in order to guard against something like that, as somebody that's on the stage, you either have to go down below the stage or you have to be Marth. And sometimes being Marth doesn't even work.
Spacey's got it all, man.
Yeah.
They got
Yeah, their RPs are really dynamic. There's over 300 angles to them, so it can be pretty difficult to get the one you want. And it's just a lot of experience is required to do it.
See Fuzzy going for the a bit slower, more methodical Fox approach right now. Yeah, he's just getting in there. Smart moves, using his priority right.
Great choice, fall off back air.
Yeah, dead Falcon. Let's see if Kirk can bring it back. Oh. That looks really grim. Oh.
Very solid edge guard from Fuzzy. So Fuzzy just takes that 3-1.
And he's gonna wait in grand finals for the winner out of these two, which is Cosmo Wright, coming from losers bracket, and QQ, who just entered losers bracket.
Okay, I feel like we should point out that Zero actually had the third place, CT0, but he had to leave, and Cosmo was fourth place. So Cosmo just was the runner-up and took his place.
And we know you want to see Cosmo play. We know you chat.
Cosmo's a good player. Like he's very solid.
He's really solid. I actually lost to him just before this, so I got 5th place at this tournament.
Yeah. So Zelda has quite a few limitations, mostly with her movement speed. She can't really force an approach in her own terms. You have to be really patient with her. You have to wait for people to get in. She's basically a character where you have to really capitalize on their mistakes. So what you'll be seeing from Cosmo is a lot of smart play, a lot of patience, waiting for QQ to make the first move.
Yeah, he'll be very much playing based around reads.
Yeah, like utilizing the shield. The shield is not as bad as Morph Shield, which is very good in Zelda's case. Because she has a decent. Her grab out of shield is kind of horrible, but she has that up smash out of shield, which has pretty weird priority and kind of big hitbox, and it hits multiple times. And of course, her down smash is kind of like a down tilt, compared to some characters. You can poke people off with that.
That's true.
Also, that one of her best options is when she's getting pressured, she can jump out of shield and do a forward air or a back air. And just such a good range on those moves. In this matchup, I feel like you gotta respect the forward air or the back air a lot. Kind of treat her like Marth. It's kind of the same range as Marth.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, that was really.
That was a good one.
Yeah, Cosmo is a really patient player, so QQ needs to be even more patient just to rank up damage and get an easy kill, because she's super floaty, so getting Zelda to high percent and just any combo into down tilt should kill her, or a double shine up the ceiling. That was really good.
So what you saw there was Cosmo was waiting for QQ to come to him. The reason why he could do this is because he had a stock advantage, which means that he doesn't have to do anything. The time is in his favor. So you can just sit there, wait for Falco to come to him, rather than try and force an approach with Zelda.
Yeah, see, because the rules in this game, if you aren't familiar with the rules, is that if the timer does happen to run out, the tie is determined by stock and then percent. Whoever has more stocks wins, or whoever has less percent taking less damage wins. So the player that's behind feels pressure to approach, and they feel like they need to approach. And that, of course, plays into the advantage of the person who has a stock lead or a percent lead.
As you saw right there, shield up smash is a really interesting option from Zelda.
I mean, it's something you don't see that often. I mean, you don't see Zelda that often anyway, so most of this you just don't see.
Yeah, big shout outs to Cosmo to being able to play this character against, top tier characters at this level. That was nice. Yeah, QQ is a decently patient player, so I think he could probably take this first match. But it's really early. It's really hard to tell because anything can happen with Cosmo playing.
And Cosmo does have alternates that he's actually very good with if he decides he wants to switch it up. And so right there we saw him throwing out forward smashes. And something Zelda can do is she can read an approach and then throw out a forward smash and punish that. And she does have a pretty good forward smash.
Forward smash is longer than Marth's like F smash, and it's a multi-hit move. And I think the knockback is pretty decent on that one. Too.
It is pretty decent. It can be used to kill at the high mid percents, mid high percents rather.
I feel like Kirkyu's doing the right job here, just kind of respecting her range and just kind of just trying to rank out damage with the lasers.
Yeah, when you play a Zelda that's really good at playing Zelda, it's kind of hard to approach them because that's what their whole game is based around, making you approach them and then they're gonna read you and punish you for it. So you see a lot of you see a lot of players just kind of at a loss at how to approach Zelda at some points, but. It's not too difficult to figure out, and I have faith that Kurt Q, a player of his caliber, should be able to figure out how to do the approach, or how to not do the approach, rather.
So what we saw there was Cosmo was holding up a light shield, which is a weaker version of the regular shield, but it lasts for longer.
And it's way bigger than the normal shield.
So his idea there was to get Kurt Q to try and hit the shield so he could escape safely. Kurt Q was smart about it, jumped onto the platform and grabbed him. And grabs beat out shields completely, so it was probably the best thing to do in that situation.
This is looking very close. Cosmo has been playing really good with Zelda today, or all over the week. So it's nice to see him in the top 3. Right now, yeah, they're just feeling each other out right now. Kirky needs to be a little bit careful right now. Anything like, and I was
very nice.
Oh, yeah, that's like the forward or back.
Just barely avoided that. Nice recovery option. Oh.
Right. So Zelda's down smash, very fast move. He comes out in the 4th frame. This is very effective for edge guarding because it actually has some invincibility on it, so you can beat out their recoveries cleanly.
Going right back to battlefield. So the only thing like Kirky can do here is just be patient. That's interesting. And if I don't recall right, the laser grows stronger after each reflect, right? I think
it actually
reduces.
Yeah.
Reduces in power?
Oh yeah.
I believe
if you power shield, like for example like Peach Stick Face, it gets stronger.
Yeah, I'm not really sure on the specifics of the power reduction or increase as far as power shields go.
Yeah. Power shields are like, I don't think anybody has still figured them out 100% yet. There's a lot of stuff. This game keeps evolving every single year. We see it, like we see new stuff every year from all these amazing players from around the world. And it's been out for like how long now?
11 years now?
Yeah, and we're still finding new stuff.
Yeah.
It's pretty insane.
11-year-old game still has a lot of new life in it. But Kurt Q has taken the first stock pretty demandingly, and he's working on Cosmo's second stock pretty well.
Yeah, he's working around that patience and respecting her, distance with her moves.
Yeah, respecting Zelda's strengths is a really big part of this matchup. Ooh.
Yeah, she's a character with some strong points, a lot of weak points. So really the best way to deal with her is to just respect what she is good at and just keep going after her weak points and keeping on pressure. When he pressures her, you see he has to not go into shield directly. Sometimes he has to respect the fact that Zelda can jump out shield and try and kick him. Sometimes his better friends just hit the shield, wait, see if Zelda does anything.
Kirky looking pretty strong right now.
Yeah, he's not even at 100% yet.
That was kind of dangerous to go for something like that when Zelda has regained control again.
Yeah, I mean, when you have this kind of a lead, though, you get a little bit willy-nilly.
Yeah, kind of. Sometimes it's very easy to get to that mindset, like, yeah, I'm kind of greedy. I just want to get the kill so I can get this over.
Nice. Alright, so in Zelda's recovery, before she goes invincible, you can actually hit her in the startup frames. So what Kurt Q did there is lasered and forced him to up B right there and just cleanly beat him out with a forward smash before he could teleport away.
Really, really good decision. Let's see if Cosmo can make something happen. It's hard for Zelda to make something happen in this situation, which is why the top tier is at was what he needed.
I think Zelda is almost completely incapable of making something happen.
Yeah.
In certain situations. Oh wow. Think we might see a character switch from Cosmo?
I think it's very possible. He was considering it earlier. Whether he stays or not, I will have to see it.
Yeah. Good job. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Okay, so this is really an interesting matchup because of this stage. And it's because Ganondorf is a very meaty character, and if he hits you, it's gonna hurt. If he hits you like 3-4 times, we have what we call as the rule of Ganondorf. If you hit somebody 4 times with Ganondorf and they're not dead, you're doing it wrong. That's the rule of Ganondorf.
Yeah, this character, he's pretty similar to Zelda, where he's bad at approaching someone, but this guy's just packed with damage. Every move hits so hard, does so much knockback, does so much percent. So you really want to try and avoid his hits if possible.
Yeah, and he does play similar to Zelda. As far as his style, like he can be a little bit more offensive. Nice tech.
Nice.
Nice counter on that tech. Like he can be more offensive than Zelda, but he still does have to play that laid-back style. Is its foot?
Ooh. Oh, a bit late. It's a tough hard read.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to go for the hard read with Ganondorf. I mean, his moves are pretty slow, but the risk reward can be greatly in your favor if you make the right read.
That shield is getting low.
Yeah, that slow pressure is kind of dangerous. His grab dance is... I mean, it looks big, but that's about it. Like, it has the range, as you can see it. It's not like Marth's grab range, which is basically the range of his sword. That's how far he can grab.
I see Cosmo getting caught in his shield a lot.
Yeah.
And, when he could be jabbing out of this, or he has the opportunity to at least. See, Ganon has a very, very fast jab, and it's electrified, and it's got a lot of knockback for a jab on it, and it can get you out of a lot of tight spots.
Ganon's recovery is not that great unless you do a perfect sweet spot. It's a lot easier to sweet spot, aka get on the ledge without popping up over the ledge so you can get hit. It's a lot easier to do that with Falcon because he's faster and he's a lot smaller as well. Ganon's size kind of destroys it for him as he has one. That was a really good forward. Forward air is like a really strong move in this game. You have to watch out for that. It's a combo move and it's a good killing move.
Nice. Alright, so Cosmo is trying to wall him out with up airs. It's a really, really bad position to be above Ganondorf. His up air is one of his fastest moves. Ends quickly, does so much damage, puts you in a really bad situation. So it's really effective for Ganondorf to keep using them when he's when he's below someone.
Cherokee looking pretty strong right now. Just baits out all of Ganon's moves, which makes... Yeah, you shouldn't respect Ganon too much, because don't let him do whatever he wants. Just watch what he's doing and just go deep.
See, and how that match went down, it was just a lot of Kirkyu reading Cosmo's aggression in certain situations, because what would happen is Cosmo would whiff a move and then he would come back with another move to try and follow up and cover his retreat. And because Kirkyu was Falco, he came down on top of him with his down air, and he turned that into his advantage.
All right, there is a chant for Cosmo's Roy.
Cosmo has been doing pretty well with Roy since he got here.
Yeah, he's been money matching nearly everyone with Roy.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing.
Yeah,
he's been winning a lot of them. Whether he decides to go Roy against Kirkyu, I'm not sure.
If we do see Roy, we're going to see a whole lot of tech chasing and chain grabbing, I hope. That's something Roy is really good at.
He has that
Roy
from
has a
Marth.
solid punish game on Space Animals.
But it's still hard. He needs to make up for the speed. Oh, are we seeing 20XX? Is that 20XX? Oh yeah.
20XX then.
That 20XX.
Oh.
Oh, we are seeing
yeah.
that 20XX
Alright.
where everybody is playing Fox.
Cosmo has decided to level up in the character selection department. Choosing Fox, again, very, very solid character. He's just fast, he's strong, he has good combos.
Best
Yeah, pretty
character
much
in the
everything.
game, basically. I see Cosmo rolling a lot. I'm not sure if that is the best choice. Falco is really good at following up from rolls. Well, so is Fox, but if Fox is in the defensive position and rolls too much, it's... yeah.
Nice.
Very nice.
Good patience.
Good patience, good punish. Another good punish.
Yeah, we see Cosmo playing a very, like, he's way more methodical than Fuzziness. I'm not sure how technically experienced Cosmo is, but Fuzzy has way more technical experience with this character. But, oh, are we seeing? That's really dangerous.
Yep.
Good tech.
Yeah, you got the tech.
That might have been a whiff up air.
Very nice.
So he has quite a strong lead right now. What he wants to do is just try and keep his lead for as long as possible, rack up a lot of damage, possibly another kill before he loses his stock.
Yeah, because he's at such high percent, it's not reasonable to think that you can play the same way you would play at 0%.
Yeah.
Or to play that same way. Because, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. In Smash Brothers, the percentage you're at is really unique. It can actually change how you play in a neutral position because you will lose options from being at a higher percent. Because when you're at a low percent, you can hold down, and what this will do is it will crouch cancel a move, and this will allow you to actually crouch a move, take the hit, punch him in the end leg, and this is something that obviously, as your percent goes higher, is less effective. So you will have to play differently at higher percents.
Yeah, so basically, like, you don't get stunned. Like, maybe for, like, very, very few frames, but you can punish people easily. But it also, the dangerous part about crouch canceling is that you can easily get comboed out of it as well. So you just have to use it very smart. Really good. Really good putting up a wall right there.
Might see the comeback. And that down smash earlier was that a really specific spot of Falco's hitbox where it sends you up instead to the side. And it's right in the very middle.
Another thing to note about Falco's down smash is that it has, I think it has a few invisibility frames because you can like clink with Peach down smash, for example.
His legs are invincible when he's charging
His
it.
legs are invincible.
I just recently found that out.
I'm pretty sure that's a throwback to the little Easter egg they have where Fox and Falco actually have metallic legs. It's a pretty cool thing.
Yeah, and we're going to game 5. The score is 2-2 right now in a best of 5 set, so the first person to 3-1 matches moves on to grand finals. Oh. He's good. Alright, so they're discussing stages they can and can't go to right now. There weren't really, I don't think there were concrete rules for the tournament here, but I think they're talking about DSR, which is Dave's stupid rule. Which just means you can't counterpick back onto the stage that you last won on. But last I checked, that's not supposed to exist in best of 5. So I think they're just playing with whatever they're
No,
comfortable
in best of
with.
5, the only thing you can't do in best of 5 is ban. You can't ban any stages.
Oh, that's
in
right, you
best
can't
of
ban.
5. So
My
so
apologies.
the rule is like you can't play on the last stage you won at. That's about it.
Yeah.
Like some tournaments have changed that rule, but besides that, there's not much of a difference.
Yeah, I heard recently the rule set changed that way.
So I read here that you guys want to know who the other competitors were at this tournament. So besides Fuzziness, KerQ, and Cosmo, there were Clash Tournament's very own Zero. Under him was like KerQ teasing everybody with that Pichu.
Crowd is getting really high. Yes!
Oh my god.
Wow.
Is he
I
gonna pop
can't
the
believe this.
I would be in full favor of Link. That's like the worst possible decision, but I'd be in full favor of it.
He is teasing the crowd at the moment.
Yeah,
The Marth. I
Cosmo
respect
messing
this,
up.
man. I respect this.
this.
As a Marth main, I respect this a lot. So final game, guys. Final game. And like I would say this is a bad matchup, but he's not, like as a Marth not facing Fox. I think this is a decent stage for both characters.
Yeah, Marth is pretty much really solid on every neutral stage. This is probably the one he's worst on, but it's not bad. Like, it's definitely winnable.
Not versus Falco, at least. I
Yeah.
feel like it's a lot easier, but Fox is really hard to catch up with.
Yeah, so in this matchup, Marth's another character where you really don't want to be locked down on your shield. And Falco is really good at locking people down in shield. So what you want to use is Marth's really strong movement game. You want to try and get in, take space, and you'll notice a lot that when Kirkyu's using his lasers to try and get in, he'll try and wave dash back a lot, or dash back a lot to try and bait an approach and grab him. Marth's grab is extremely strong against Falco. He has a chain grab where you can continuously combo them by using his upward throw over and over again. You can combo into his sword moves. You can throw them on the ground and try and read the tech roll or react to it and grab them again.
Yeah, Marth's generally best on the ground. He has good air combos, but they should always start from the ground.
Yeah,
Marth's most general thing is like you have to the thing with Marth is that if you want to make use of your moves, you kind of always want to tip her, unless you want to jab reset somebody who's still on the ground and you want to get a re-grab.
Nice.
That was a pretty good DI. At this high percent, you can easily survive on this stage. As Falco in this matchup, you'd want to not want to be over Marth at all. Like Marth is so good from the ground. Like he can juggle you really easy.
Yeah, that's the thing with like anybody fighting Marth. Just don't let Marth put you above him.
Yeah.
And that's what the Marth wants to do.
It's a really strong game plan from Marth, where he'll try and bait you, and Marth will always try and punish with a grab. So he can put you above him, and he'll put a sword in between you, and you try and land on the ground. His up air is really good at juggling. It can auto-cancel, which means that the move will finish before you land. So it's very fast. Like you can use an up air, land very quickly, jump again, and do the same thing.
Cosmo going for those hard reads. And always remember, if you're a Falco player, you have the floaty killer, which is the down tilt that kills floaties.
It can
Yeah, Cosmo actually has a really interesting Marth style. A lot of Marths will try and play a reactionary bait and wait game. Cosmo seems to really like his reads, so you'll probably see quite a volatile match from him, depending on whether he hits those reads or whether he doesn't.
So what you saw right there with the light shield, that's what is known as the Marth killer.
that would have been something to see.
So the Marth killer generally works as you light shield and you point your control stick like slightly down and right. So if anything hits you, you'll grab the ledge, which basically is like if a Marth tries to sweet spot the ledge, you'll get the ledge way before him because Marth's falling speed is not faster than yours. After up B. The up B falling speed is not that great.
You use the shield knockback from Marth's up B to instantly grab the edge. It's a really effective technique.
It looks pretty alright.
Yeah.
This is pretty even right now. I gotta say, I really like that Cosmo went with a higher tier character, or rather a more capable character than Zelda or Ganondorf, because like now he's really showing off like his actual skill level. It's very hard to do that with a character that limits your skill.
Yeah, like we should never underestimate Cosmo's solid. We put in work right here, but it just shows that Cosmo is a very strong multi-main. He's very versatile in terms of this game, as you know, as well as his speedrunning history of as so many games.
Yeah,
and there you saw the Marth killer in use.
That's the case with a lot of old school players. They just have so much knowledge of every character that they can switch on the fly pretty easily.
Yeah, it's a very old school thing to do back from when there was a huge stage list, a lot of different stages. Back then the matchup really was important. A lot of people had a pocket fox or several characters just to deal with different stage choices.
Yeah, like in Europe,
That's it.
Oh, nice.
Nice read there by Kirky.
Cosmo takes third place. And right now we're heading into grand finals. And how this works in a double elimination bracket. Oh yeah, the Cosmo chair thing. We'll explain that a bit later. But right now, like in grand finals, so this works as, since Fuzziness won the first game in grand finals, that counts as a win in best of 3 sets. So basically, Kirkyu or anybody who's coming from losers bracket to fight the guy who's in grand finals basically needs to win 2 sets. So basically, Kirkyu needs to win 6 matches in a row to take the throne from Fuzziness. And Fuzziness, with that win from Winish, he needs to win 1 set only.
Yeah,
Because it's double elimination, so you have to lose 2 sets. Fuzziness has not lost any sets.
coming from losers bracket to grand finals is really hard. You have to fight
Unless you're Mango.
Yeah, unless you're Mango. You have to fight against one of the best players in the tournament. You have to beat a set off him, and then if you win, you have to beat him again. There's no second chances at that point. It can be really tiring. You have to keep playing well consistently. It's like a really good indicator of how someone is, or how good they are if they can take 2 sets off a good player in a row.
Alright, game 1.
Alright.
What?
I'm
What am I
not sure
seeing?
what's going on right now.
Alright, so what Fuzzy likes to do when he has the winner's final advantage is that,
Oh, he's gonna do
and
this.
if he's confident he'll win, he likes to go with another character. Usually this is Captain Falcon, but I guess he's chosen to go for a different one this time.
Yeah, I see this so much in grand finals with players that are just really good and they feel very confident. They're just like, I'm going to go with a character that I really like, but I don't get to play very often.
I actually never seen this character from Fuzziness before. Jolteon, since you live in the same country as him and play with Alvin, does he play this anytime?
His Ness is pretty terrible, I think. But
So
maybe
this-
it's gotten better since I played him.
Oh, we'll
Taking
see.
lessons from Hungry Box, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's really familiar with this matchup except like maybe the Finnish Vilnius, who is a European NES player, pretty decent guy playing NES. But basically this matchup I guess resolves around NES using his priority and
Yeah.
for example the far range and his odd projectiles and super strong back throw alongside his double jump cancel. He has some pretty good stuff. But he's so easy to combo, and his recovery is really bad in this game. It's like you can punish it so easily.
Yeah, Ness actually has a pretty decent punish game against Fox and Falco. His up air is really good at comboing them. Up throw sets up well. Back air is a good punisher. Up tilt is also another good combo setter. The problem
the
will be how
disrespectful
he deals
tone.
with him in a neutral situation, because Falco has so many options at any given point. He's really going to have to play around him.
Like I said, Falco's a very, very versatile character. You can play him almost however you want to play him. And Ness is very much not so. And that's the case with the low tier characters. I know some people just like don't like the idea of tiers, but the whole reason that tiers exist is because some characters simply don't have as much options and they're just not as versatile and they're limited with what they can do in any given situation. And so as time went on, people just figured out, I have more options and I can win more often with this and this character. And that's really what, like in my opinion at least, defines like a high tier character, is just having more options in any given situation.
Yeah, definitely. But Ness, I'm still not sure why Fuzziness. Just like, oh, the mashing dude. Can he get a combo off of this?
He can get a combo from this.
Ooh, goes right down into the jump attack, or the get up attack. Jump attack, what is this? Twilight Princess?
That should.
Oh, that was
Pretty good
Out
use
of
of the up
nowhere.
air, yeah. That was still a pretty good use of the up air. That back throw is
the
so
back
strong.
throw is real strong.
Yep.
Especially Falco, who doesn't get a lot of distance from his up B and falls pretty fast. If you get a really strong hit off him off stage, it's really hard for him to get back.
Yeah, that's Falco's biggest weakness, FYI, is his recovery. Once he gets off the stage, it's very difficult for him to get back. At least against a character that
Can cover so much space.
yeah, is at least decent at edge guarding. And somebody with good reaction should be able to just say, okay, Falco, you're not coming back on the stage now. Pressure. Try to sneak in a forward tilt there. That's something a lot of Falcons like to do.
Oh.
No, he wasn't going to make that back. On Battlefield, some characters can find it really difficult to recover from under the stage simply because they can get caught on the lip rather than grabbing the edge.
Yeah.
Ness is definitely one of those characters because he has a pretty linear recovery once he hits himself.
No, yeah, his recovery is bad to begin with, and then you add Battlefield into the mix, that makes it really tough.
Oh.
He went for it.
I was so sure I was going to see a double jump down air right there.
Yeah, that's what I thought he was going for. Alright, now we get to see Fuzzy's DK.
Oh boy.
Alright, this guy has really solid combos on Falco. Again, it's a similar situation though. Like, he's good at juggling him vertically, but actually getting a grab or hitting him from a neutral position is definitely the hard part.
Yeah.
Falco has him beat out cleanly in that regard.
As we see, Falco is at 13%, DK at 109%. So this is why people generally don't play Donkey Kong against Spaceys anyway.
Yeah, it's particularly bad for Donkey Kong because he has a really smooth shield, especially for a character of this size. It's easy for Falco to whittle down his shield stab him, start a combo, just by keep pressuring him.
Donkey Kong is though, like, for a while he was definitely underrated. Shout outs to Bum, Nedic, Strong Bad. Who else do we got? Like,
Green Ranger, dude.
Yeah, Green Ranger. A lot of really good Donkey Kong players that played, pretty good in overall big tournaments, showing that Donkey Kong is like a force to be reckoned with. Because like he has pretty good range with everything. His up B, like the startup of the up B, is like a really good out of shield option. That's really unfortunate. Like Donkey Kong needs to react instantly to survive from that, because his up B doesn't send him upwards a lot.
So, okay, we just saw Falco's side B do what we call a meteor smash, and what that is, it just sends you down, straight down at a very quick pace. And you can actually cancel it if you press up B on, or jump even on a certain frame. And it's actually not that hard to time.
It's all percentage dependent on when you
it
can
is.
meteor cancel out of the meteor spike.
But like, if you're not ready for it, that's when it gets hard to break out of. If you're ready for it, it's a lot easier to cancel.
Yeah, there's actually a fail window on a meteor cancel. If you press it too early, you're not able to press it again until a certain amount of frames pass.
Yeah.
And interestingly enough, meteor smashes actually have more knockback than the spikes do, as well as sending at a different angle. So you have to get sent down further before you can do a meteor cancel.
It's kind of hard to tell the differences because usually spikes just send you straight down.
You can actually cancel them like straight away, like right, just like that. You can cancel them. I've done it at least with Falcons, Meteor.
Yeah.
You can cancel them right away, but that's tough.
So if Kirkyu takes this match, bracket is reset.
And I think it's a good chance that Fuzziness is going to go another character that he can very possibly lose with.
This
Jigglypuff.
Yeah,
Jigglypuff was Fuzziness' first main back when he started in 2006. He became the best player in the UK using his Puff. He hasn't played her in a really long time, but he still has solid fundamentals with her.
Yeah, he was pretty decent with her when he still played her.
So just to clarify, Fuzziness is the best player in the UK, right?
Yeah, he still is.
I always thought Professor Pro was like the strongest player, but then again, Professor Pro doesn't travel, so it's hard.
Professor Pro is the strongest player at PM, and not
Okay.
Yeah, Fuzziness consistently wins tournaments now, so there's pretty much no contest in that regard.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited to see how he does at Apex.
Yeah.
Apex is gonna be one hell of a thing. Be
It'll
sure
be very
to watch
interesting
that.
to
If
see.
you like Melee, be sure to watch that next weekend.
It's 6 days away from today.
And yeah, so we kind of forgot a little bit about the match. But back to the match, like this matchup basically consists of Puff dodging every laser that Falco does with ease because her movement is is perfect in midair. She has the best air mobility in the entire game.
Yeah, 'cause
And-
she can control her movement in the air very, very well.
yeah, and let's not like forget the term wall of pain comes from this whole thing about she can jump back and forth in midair and throw out her back air, which is the kick. The funny thing about this kick she does in midair, which you saw Fuzzy do right there before he got floaty destroyed, that move actually has a way bigger range than you think it has. It's like half the foot, basically, is the added range. You don't see the hitbox for that, but the hitbox exists.
Yeah, I mean, you can look it up online. The first time I saw it online, the actual hitbox, my jaw kind of dropped. I was like, this is ridiculous.
Another very interesting thing that goes into Jigglypuff's spacing game is that in this game, hitboxes will interpolate, which means that if you retreat with an aerial, they'll actually have extra range because it will have the range of the current frame it's at and the range of the previous frame it was at. So with Jigglypuff, a very common strategy is to throw out a move and retreat, which effectively will give it extra range. And because she moves so fast, it's part of why her aerial spacing is so effective.
I was trying to get it down there right there.
It's really hard to get a dumpster.
Is he gonna go for it?
down there.
Nope.
Didn't nearly have enough jumps.
He didn't have enough jumps to wait out his non-tech
The
animation.
scary thing about Puff versus any Spacey is that at any moment, at this percentage, or a bit lower percentage, you can up throw rest. If you don't DI before you get thrown, you get rested, and that's an easy free kill for Puff. But basically what Falco wants to do is just, poke her out, keep her out, laser her, make sure she can't do anything. If you don't take care of her from a distance as well as, close up, you're in a really bad position.
And can either one of you guys explain exactly how the rising pound works, how we recovered just now?
Yeah, basically the rising pound is when you use Jigglypuff's side B and then you hold upwards after. What this does is actually allows you to gain height just by jumping and using the pound over and over again. It's a really effective tool for Jigglypuff. She doesn't have to use as many jumps to get as high, so she can go down really low and then just use the rising pound to recover.
So right there, you saw Kirk got hit by Fuzziness and nothing happened, but you saw the special effects.
Ooh.
Nice wrist.
Very nice read.
So what that was is what we call a phantom hit. So you get the percentage, you see the hit, but your opponent won't get flinched. And the reason for that is still something we haven't really 100% figured out yet. But basically, to explain it, is that you have too good of a spacing when you get a phantom hit. That's basically what it is.
I think what it was that the hitboxes will like touch, but they won't overlap.
Yeah,
And it's
that's it.
like they just barely make contact, and I think it's intentionally programmed in. We
Yeah.
have to consult Magus or one of those other frame gurus to find out exactly what happens there.
It was, I'm pretty sure it's an intentional mechanic because it was reintroduced into Brawl as a glancing hit and featured on the Smash Dojo.
That's right. That's right.
Well, yeah, this stage is pretty okay. Interesting choice for Fuzziness to go to Falcon. His Falcon is no joke. It's
Yeah,
pretty
dude,
good. It's pretty good.
Dude, it's like a bullet out of a gun. It's what his Falcon is like.
Yeah, so this is another character that Fuzziness used to mained him from about 2010 to 2012. At that time, he was probably the best Falcon in Europe, arguably either him or GP. So he has some really solid fundamentals of the character. He has placed well with the character on several occasions. So while this isn't exactly a super serious pick, he's not entirely sandbagging either.
Yeah, he actually knows how to play this character. So he's doing what he can.
Yeah, I mean, like, and Kurt Q it's not something someone you want to sleep on. Like, he is a very good player. He's very solid.
Yeah,
Like,
he
I would say
improved a
more than
lot
solid.
since last year. We played a few matches last year, both were rusty as hell, but this year he picked up the pace. I mean, seeing him here in the finals,
That would have been fantastic.
That 64 recap. So in 64, Smash 64, usually sometimes you'd recover by jumping and Falcon punching to gain horizontal movement towards the stage. I hope I used the word right. So you could easier get back to the ledge. And in this game, it's not as useful because you can Falcon kick and regain your gain a new jump after a Falcon kick. So that is sometimes more useful than Falcon punching.
There we go.
Nice. The weak knee into the sweet spot knee.
No, I expected the up air, but Fuzziness is definitely the type of player that says, no, I want the other knee.
Alright, so this is a part that Captain Falcon really struggles at, is actually getting back to the stage. When he commits to his up B, he's sort of forced into a free flow animation. So you can hit that, and when he lands, he also suffers from quite a bit of end lag. So luckily Captain Falcon is really heavy, so with the good use of directional influence, as you've just seen, you can go you can go high up in the stage and keep doing it until an opponent screws up.
So I know Kirku likes the stage because it gives him movement, and the lasers are Falcon's biggest problem. That was a pretty solid edge guard. That's a Kirku classic. He loves doing that.
Gentlemen, do a grab.
Yeah.
Okay, so what the gentleman is when you do just Falcon's first 3 jabs, because his 3rd jab has some knockback on it. And normally you would go into his jab, his rapid jab, where he just keeps jabbing. But the gentleman stops at the third hit, and then Falcon just can react straight away.
Basically, you time it differently than just mashing it out. With the correct timing, you won't get the
Ooh! Nice clean combo from Fuzziness.
Falcon classic right there. I haven't seen those in a while.
That was a great one. That was great. Let's see the reaction on that.
Oh, all right. All right, this is an interesting pick.
Oh boy, what now?
He's going wobbles now. Shout outs to wobbles, man. Getting second at Evo. So this matchup is also a very interesting matchup. Ice Climbers is not a bad character though. Ice Climbers is a real threat to be reckoned with. They have a lot of bad stuff, but they're ranked high because they have a lot of good options.
This matchup's pretty interesting. When both Ice Climbers are together, they can effectively kill you in a single grab if you don't mash up quickly enough.
Yeah,
which
so
is actually impossible over about 40% if timed right.
Yeah, with the correct timing, they can do a thing called wobbling, which I think was founded by Wobbles. Right? Yeah.
It was
So
founded.
what happens is that once you get a grab, you want to make sure that you hit, and then within a shortest period of time, you make sure the other one, Nana or Popo, depending on what color you are, but Nana in this case, make sure she hits with a good rhythm right behind him, so that with the correct rhythm, your opponent has 1 frame to get out of this grab, and this grab can go up to infinite. Like you can do it no matter what the percentage, as long as you have the correct timing.
Obviously, because it requires Nana, you want to keep them split and ideally kill Nana as quickly as possible. Luckily, Fox and Falco are really good at this. Their shine with the reflector allows them to split up both Nana and Popo and start comboing them.
Good back air. Kirky is doing a decent job. I have no idea how much Fuzz has played these characters and how much he knows about them. So.
He does know quite a bit about them, but he barely plays them.
I mean, character knowledge is one thing,
Yeah.
but actually know how to play the
He
character.
has the knowledge, but probably not the experience.
Yeah, right there, for example, like if we would have seen like an experienced Ice Climber, oh, interesting right there. Like most Ice Climbers desync a lot with these two characters, making the other one do something that you are, controlling after a desync. So sometimes a nice thing you want to do is like you make sure you have Pope or Nana grabbing the ledge, and you have the other one standing on top of the ledge, charging a forward smash. which basically creates like a very strong fortress on the ledge. Oh,
They're a very odd character, and they're really weird to play too because you don't play them like traditionally. Like outside like the very bare bones basics of zoning, you don't play them like you play pretty much every other character in Smash.
yeah, they're really hard to learn. They're very technical characters due to the desyncing.
Surprisingly technical, yeah. Ooh, I think that was a down smash, right?
I think it was forward smash. Yeah.
Trying to read into another forward smash there.
And you see Fuzziness using a lot of down air. Down air is a move that has like a decent amount of priority. Oh, yeah, that's a free kill. At that percentage, like you can kill so easily on this stage. And also Falco has one of the worst recoveries out of the top tier characters.
Yeah.
Oh,
I got the scrambles going on here.
Kirky is doing a really good job keeping them out.
Yeah.
But he... Oh, that's very unfortunate.
Kirky hasn't
Fuzziness with the
actually been
fist
grabbed
bump.
much, which is really good to see.
Yeah, I think Kirky can still have this. Just need to keep them separate. And
If he manages to not take a lot of damage from Sopo, wall her out, and get her off the edge.
that
and
was a
get us
really
off.
good...
Or
that
just
was
kill
really
us,
good.
right? Alright, now he has a pretty good chance of taking it.
%35% is a decent lead at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, it's not that bad. It's like...
So what he can do that is he can down throw and then grab.
Oh, he's gonna do it.
He always
Almost
saying-
hurt!
So as I mentioned before,
Alright,
when this
is game
happens,
set.
Yeah.
he has one frame to get out,
Alright.
unless Fuzzy is.
Alright, Fuzzy is just staring at
Oh my
Kirky.
god.
Yo! Alright. Just for clarification, that is an inescapable setup with the correct timing. There was nothing you could have done to get out of that at all.
Is that all the time we had? Is that all the time we had?
Yeah, we're done.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Alright, thanks to us. I just want to make a short shout out to the Swedish Smash community.
I told him 30 minutes.
For 3 sets.
And shout outs to the UK Smash community and overall like Europe Smashers in general. Shout outs for starting up tournaments this year. 2014 is definitely the year of Melee for us.
2014 is going to be an incredibly hype year. So many good tournaments coming up. I'm really looking forward to see what happens with this game.
Yeah, and starting off with Apex 2014, which itself is going to be an insane tournament.
Yeah.
So be sure to look out for that. And like coming up in the summer is MLG at Anaheim.
Yeah, Anaheim.
Anaheim, that's pretty sick. I think Nintendo's on board for that as well this time. And DreamHack might just pick us up this year, and that's a huge deal for the Smash community for such a big event. But yeah, I think that's all from us. Make sure you follow me, for example, twitch.tv/irregulargenie if you want to see some Melee from Sweden. And overall, like, speedrunning. Follow my Twitter, which is the same thing, @irregulargenie, and be sure to follow Fuzziness at twitch.tv/fuzziness with a Y, not an I, as they wrote on stream.